Good morning and welcome to Stampin' and Crafting with Cheryl Diana. I'm Cheryl Diana and this month I'm showing you some of our kits from our kit collection. Morning Val and Lisa. So last week I showed you the Make a Memory scrapbook kit and we made five scrapbook pages. And this week I'm going to be using the Homemade and Heartfelt Kit. Now I've shown you this a couple of weeks ago where we made the kit up and then we made a scrapbook layout. So I'm just going to show you those quickly and then we'll get on to using the rest of the kit to make alternative cards. Right, so this is the kit. It comes with full instructions. It does, and these are the cards that it makes. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then it all comes in with a box, so you can pop them in there with the envelopes, like so. So let's just pop that out of the way. So, and these are the scrapbook layouts I made. So let's just pop it out there. So it goes this way round. So we used different elements from the cards. So there's a little bird that I punched out, and these tags, and then the coral's been done by using this but turning it over, so we could get that. And then I've tied it in with the other colours that we have. And then at the bottom of this one I've used the envelope to make a little pocket for things. So that's those done. Let's pop those out of the way. Right, okay, so what have we got left? So I've cut the remaining cards in half. So we've got this piece that's got 10 holes on it, and I've kept the little bits here because we can use those. I've got the remaining of this piece. I've got this piece still left over, this one, and then the backs of the cards, like so, and then a little bit of that bit. And then we've got our banners. So we've got mainly white ones. So that's just a piece of card. That one, I thought I had, oh yeah, there's another bit. So I've still got my thread and my embellishments, and obviously the stamp sets that goes with it. So I thought I would make some alternative cards. So let's have a go. So I've got out my Secret Sea cardstock, my crumb cake cardstock, and my basic beige one. So you can see I've already got some card bases already done. That's definitely done. That one isn't. We can cut that one down, and we'll cut that one down in there. So let's just trim this one up a bit. And then let's score this one here. So we're going to do a landscape one. So it's your standard card base. Pop you out of the way for now. Right, got you there. I don't need instructions, so let's do something this way. So I was thinking, right, this is where we end up being a slightly different card size. So I'm just wondering, have I got? Oh, they work. I've got some basic white note cards. Are they going to be big enough for it? No, they're too small. Okay, so we're going to have to trim them down a bit. Okay, so I am going to trim this border to make a matte layer. Let's trim a little bit more off of there. And then we need a little bit off here. So I'm not going to waste loads of other sheets of this. So let's just cut it off. So I don't want those skinny bits. Let's just get rid of those. So I thought about having that on there, but what I want to do is cut it in half. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off of here. I'll keep that strip, and then I want to cut this in half. So that's 8. I'm going to cut it at 4, and we'll see the reason why. Let's cut in half. So I want that to go there, and that to go there, and I can have a sentiment in the middle, hopefully. But I bet one of these won't fit. I bet they're too big. That's okay, they're too big. So we will give it a matte layer. So I'm thinking, let's go for Secret C. So let's find a piece that I can cut down. That's going to be a matte layer. Excuse me. I've got my asthmas playing up at the moment. It's because the weather's got damp. Let's do this at 14.5. Just shouldn't have done it. And then this one is going to be something like that. Get it right way around. 10. That's right. Okay. So I should be able to put that on there. Let's see how these look. There we go. That's looking good. Okay. And then I want to add my sentiment going across the middle. So let's have, what can we put on there? I'm thinking, so it's a matte layer. We could use some ribbon. I'm not going to see that. So I need a strip of white. We'll go across there. Yeah, we'll do that. Now I need a sentiment that's big enough. So where's my sentiments again? I want the happy birthday one, don't I? Needs to be wider. So let's just put that there. I need a wider piece. So let's go. That's going to be wider. So there's happy birthday. There's in the middle. So I'm just going to pop that on the block. I'm going to move my paper trimmer. and my stamping pad, and I'm going to stamp it Secret C, because that'll pick up the matte layer and also the flags. So I need it to be, how much did I say I wanted that one? I'm going to have to cut it, I think, before I do it. So that's 12.5. Is it 13? Because I don't get it right in the middle. So this is the bit I want. A few there. So let's see, because that's going to look odd having that in the middle. It doesn't go across, but this one does. So let's get the ink. And now these kits make a great present, and especially with Christmas coming up, because you get everything you need all in one box. So I'm happy with that. That's roughly centered, but I think I'll trim it down that edge. So I'm just going to pencil mark it very lightly. It does, yeah, needs a teensy bit off that edge. So just take a bit off of here. There we go. So just cut that there. Put that there. Right, so let's put these together. So that's the top, that's the bottom, like that. So that's the top bit. I can't pick up my cardstock today. So let's do that. Whoops. What should we make? Right, I forgot this wasn't my standard. So I will let that dry and then rub it. No, I'm going to redo it again, I think. Right, let's redo that again on the other side. I'm going to take that off of that. Right, put some more glue on it. And I'm going to come. That's better. I want a better border around it. There we go. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to stick this onto my card base now, so it does not get stuck on here. Here's my card base, like so. There we go. And then we're going to stick this bit here underneath it. It is a lovely kit, Lisa. It is. And you can do so much with it. So let's put this one here, underneath here. Oops. Doing too well today, but that's fine. I need to go a bit further down there. That's better. And then I need this. And go over the top. Now I'm thinking I need something else on here. So I have got a little cheer stamp set. And I've also got my swirl designs. Now these are the new stamp cases. So they're not as they're not as fat as this, but they take up less room. And then you get your insert, and then you get your stamps. So that is good. So I'm thinking I might use the flowers either side of it, or I could use the stars. Let's have the stars, I think, because this could be a card for male or female. So let's just grab one of those, pop that on there. And as always, as it's a brand new one, I always give it a quick clean to get any dust off. So let's add some, and I think I'm going to go for Lost Lagoon stars. So I want a sheet of paper underneath it, because I know I am going to go off the page. So like so. Just realise you can't see what I'm doing. I always do that. And we put some of these up the top. And I've got some ink on it already, because I'm using the bigger blocks, because my small ones I'm using for class. So let's just do this, and then this, and then this. There we go. Cover that up so don't get it everywhere. So this is my strip. I can pop on there now, like so. So I'm just gonna put it like that. I was thinking about having a matte layer behind it. I might do a matte layer, so just because we can. and I want it a very thin matte layer, so I'm gonna, so that is, I can't work that one out. That's not in, so I want it light, so I want it to go, where have I put my pencil? Oh, there's my pencil. So I'm just going to, I want it cut there and there. Okay, I can see it still, yeah. So I'm just going to pop that, yeah, that is that mark there. There. I want it to go like so. And this is the bit we want. And then I want it to go to that mark there. Okay. So it's going to go over. Yes, we have that on there, like so. In fact, I think I'm going to cut this a little bit off. So I'm thinking I need to change my blade as well, I think, because I'm getting fluffy edges. So let's just put that like that. Yeah, and then I think I'm going to have it equal to that. I am. Okay, so let's stick this on. Like so I'm going to the edge, we said, didn't we? Let's move this up so you can see it. Put that up there. Like so. And I'm going to use my scissors to cut the edge. Yeah. Because it's only a small piece and that should fit on like so. So we're going to raise it up, dimensionals. So let's just put that on there. Yeah, like that. And that one. I'm putting loads on because I don't want it sagging. There we go. And remember to take off the backs. Like so. There we go. Let's just put this on here. Whoops. In the middle. There we go. So there is our finished card. So let's have a go at another one. So put you away. So let's have a quick tidy up so I don't lose things. As you know, I always do lose things when I'm crafting. So that's our first one. Put the card there. Now I thought a little chair, these little things fit in lovely in these holes. So I thought we could do a Christmas card. I did. So I'm thinking let's do an alternative coloured Christmas card. This I need a portrait one, so I think I will use Secret C again. Put you back in there. Because this is what I think is a winter colour, the blue and the Lost Lagoon. So I'm just going to cut myself a portrait card base. So let's just do this. And then we're going to pop this down to make a standard portrait base. I'll put that on off the side for later. And then I'm thinking, because this, we're going to have it like that. To be slight, yes, slight. They're just a fraction shorter because they are a letter size cardstock in the States. So I want that there. Now I need to cut a piece of, let's do basic, where have you gone? Basic beige. Because I want it to hide underneath. Yep. That looks good. I think. So a piece of basic beige. Or shall I go for Lost Lagoon? Or or crumb cake. Let's have a look at crumb cake. That's a bit of crumb cake. Does that look better? Yeah, I think that's nicer. So go for the crumb cake this time. So I need to cut this too. I need to measure this and then cut it. So that is 12. It's just over 4 inches. And this way is, I'm going to have to do it in inches, I think, is 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4 bits. You see, I know my inches really well, don't I? Not. So that's 4. So that's definitely going to fit under there. And we said that was 5 and that bit there, didn't we? There we go. So that should now fit there. There we go. So I'm going to put it on. I'm going to do it this way round. That's good. So it's going to go like that. And then these should fit inside. So I've got 3 of these. And I've got 10. So which one am I going to use twice? So let's let me have a look and see what I've got left in the stamp set. Which, believe it or not, I have lost the stamp set because it will be under all of my cardstock. So let's have a star as well. I think I'll get the star out as well. Which, oh, there's a star. So we need a little block. So let's put this on the other side. So I'm going to stamp both sides. Crumb cake. That's what I went for, Lisa. Thank you. So put that out of the way. So what I am going to do is I am going to stick this on first and then stamp through it. Like so. Look, I need to push it up a bit. I always forget that. There we go. Just shift that so I can't see any of the crumb cake behind it. So I'm going to go for it that way around. And I'm going to use Secret C because I like that colour. So let's do star first in the middle. There we go. I'm going to do 3 of these. And I'm going to struggle doing random. Like that. And then let's do this side. There we go. And the star. We will go there. Then there. And then here. Like so. And then we're going to do the little Christmas tree. Pop few there. There. And there. Yeah. And then we need a sentiment. So I'm thinking let's go for oh, there they are. So we don't have a Christmassy one. So we could someone say, wishing you the best. No, so let's use, what have I got in my, sending a little cheer. Oh, can't be happy birthday. So I'm thinking, put that out of the way so it doesn't dry up. I'm thinking let's go for Lost Lagoon. It's too big for that bit. I can do that there. That looks good. Now my sentiment. Sentiment I'm going to use is sending a little cheer. Oh, here we go. Christmas is here. Yeah, we have Christmas. Christmas is here. So let's get my stamping mat again. Put that on there. And then ink this up. And I want it to go in the middle. There we go. There we go. And I know we need some bling on this one. So I'm thinking let's use. So we have got those ones which look very, very Christmassy. So I'm just going to pop this on here. And I want it to come in from that edge. So I'm going to use dimensionals again. Like so. And then I need a skinny one. So I always use the edges because you can get a whole load of more out of your sheets. And because we want to make sure that we do get most out of our stuff. So there we go. Take that off. So let's put this there. There we go. Just put that on the back of, put that onto our card base. Like so. And I've just realised, because we are using Secret C, a dark coloured card base, I need to have an inner matte layer. So down this fraction there. There we go. There we go. So that card is not quite square, so let's just do that. Yeah, that's better. And then I'm going to add some of these gems. So where's my take your pick? There it is. Let's just put that putty on the end better. It's coming. Let's get rid of the putty off of that bit, and we'll do some. Have I run out of it? I don't think I have run out of it. No, I haven't. There's just a little bit left in there. And then I'm going to put 1, 2, and I am going to put some on the card. So I'm going to have 5 all together. And then let's just put this one. I think this one can go there. Oh, it's lined up. That's all right. So there is the second one. Okay. Now, put those over that side. Put that there. I'll put them in there. Now, let's use one of the card bases here. So this one. Yeah, I think we're going to do it that way around. So I'm going to cut this to fit that bit. You will. So these, I think, no, I'm not going to do. We're going to use these as, let's do a card that's got squares on it. So I'm thinking we can use that on that one. Use this one. And let's do it on a basic beige card base. We will. Which is a colour I don't use that much. Okay, so just cut these down. Like so. So let's do some squares. Let's just blend forward to that. Don't need to mat at the moment. There we go. And I want to have squares. So I'm going to cut this one into squares, but I don't want the border on it. So let's just cut that border off. And then that's going to be, let's make I'm trying to look at square sizes. Might have been inches. Let's just cut that edge off there. Okay, so I'm going to cut halfway between. I won't cut that one. Okay, so we've got to be very careful now when we cut, because they are not all the same size. But that's fine. Okay, so I know that bit I can cut straight through, that one. And that is, it's the top ones that don't match up. 3 centimeters. Whoops, line up. Oh, I just cut that bottom off. Let's just use the birds then. Just do it like that then instead. Okay, they are going to be smaller. Let's try these ones. There we go. That's definitely 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'll put the others to the side. Right, so we use this as a base. And I want to cut strips, don't I? Yep. And we're going to add these on, like so. They are definitely squares. In fact, let's do it that way around. Okay, do it that way around, and then we need. I'm going to have a bigger square there. I've decided. So where's my white? No, this might be a slightly different white. It's just a fraction different. Let's go for basic beige then. Trimmer. Oops. Chopped card stuff on the floor. So I'll just trim off this bit. You can see this is a scrap because I've been making houses. And I need it at wide, which is 5 centimetres. Let's do 5.5. We can always trim it down. 5.5. So that'll go there. And let's cut. I think these were 3. Let's cut some 3.5 centimetre squares. Because then we can move them around a bit. 3.5. So we can get them on like that. 3.5. And this is going to be a very, very tight. I'm going to use my guillotine for that. I'll get 3.5 on here. That's 3.5, so it must be this way around. It's just a very little smidge. There we go. Let's pop these onto here, like so. Put that like so there, and then that one on that one. Yeah, we're going to have top and bottom. So I need to move these a little bit nearer. It's fine because I've got loads of space. Right, so let's cut this down as a mat layout. So 13, 13.8. Cut that little bit off, which I've lost. It's gone down my trimmer. There we go. And then it needs to be 10. Put it down. So pop that. That should. And that needs to be a bit thinner. It needs to be 9.5. Let's see if I can get this to work. So let's put this on here. That's better. Okay, then we need that one there. Oops. That one there. And then that one there. Might have to make them a little bit smaller. That one here, that will fit in. Yeah, that'll fit in. Like so, I think. I'm going to make this one smaller, so then it will fit in nicer. Oops. Okay, so we do that, and then we do... Oops. That's it. Right, so I'm going to stick... Stampin' Up. I'm going to stick these onto my squares, and then I'm going to dimensional them on the base. So let's just do this. Pop that on. Put that, come on, put you there. There we go. Definitely straight up. Then this one. And pop that one on there. Over a bit. Let's just move you around a bit. There we go. And then this one here. Put that on there. There we go. Stick our matte layer on. Like so. Like that. And then let's dimensionals again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's cut the rest of these up now. Right, let's put these on. Like so. Put that there. That one. And then let's do this one. Go. Right, so that one's got to go in the middle there. And then that one can go. That one can go there, I'm thinking. That one can go there. And then this one should go in. Yes, they will go now. Okay. So I need that one in that top corner. Take off the backs and pop it in that corner. Like so. So that's going to go there. So therefore it means that one's got to go there. I just realised I might lose. Oh, that's better. Just realised my laptop battery was going. It's almost empty, so we've now got it charging. Don't know how that happened. Obviously, I took it away with me to London, and I obviously haven't plugged it in back in properly. So let's just do this one. Pop you roughly in the middle there. Stamp our sentiment. Which one should we go? Should we go for happy birthday again? Let's do happy birthday again. We're going to do that in black, not the black Secrecy. This is my new black. So we can pop that there. There we go. And then I think we might have we got in here? There's to and from. Shall we pop here? So I'm just thinking we're going to glue that one down. So we've got some some raised ones and the flat sentiment. Normally we do it the other way around, but we're card making, so it doesn't matter which way around we do it. There we go. And now I'm struggling with that space up there, but I must remember you can leave space on a card. So I'm thinking let's go for, let's go for some blue gems, shall we? Bring in the blues from those two birds. So these are the sequins that come with it. So it's just happy if you take off the end, Cheryl. And put that there. And my putty's come out all of the end. So I'm just going to push it back on. A bit down there. And then we'll have one about there. Whoops. And we'll pop another one here. There we go. So that is our third one. So while I remember, that doesn't need an insert, but that one does. So let's cut the insert for that card. Here's those cards. Put them there. Right. Oops. That is a plastic card base. I need another plastic card, that's fine, to cut a standard on that layer. Whoops. I'm knocking stuff off. So I want that to be 10, 14.3. That's my matte layer. Okay, put that there. So we need somewhere to write in there, don't we? That'll fit in there nicely. Like so. Now, can we get away with a strip of that to tie in that one? What shall we do? Haven't really got the. Oh, let's stamp a little tree down there then, the Christmas tree. Lisa, it's all Secrecy, which is which is a nice equivalent to black. Sometimes black is just that bit too harsh. So a few years ago we had a darker green that was really nice as an alternative black, and I'm using the Secret Sea as my alternative. So let's go for, we said a little Christmas tree, didn't we? So pop a little Christmas tree down the bottom there. There we go. So we've made 3 additional cards today. So we've done a Christmassy one. We have done a celebration one. And we've done a squares one. And then I've still got all these little bits of circles left over. And they will take these stamps, which are from the I'm a Little Cheer stamp set. And with the stamp set, when you also get some lovely punches that go with it, which I'm not sure where I've put them. They're obviously in a very, very safe place, but I have to find them for my class next week. So I'd just like to say thank you for watching me today. I hope you've loved seeing the alternative cards that I've made using the Homemade and Heartfelt Kit. So now I've got 8 cards that I can put in the card holder bit. So I've just got another 2 more that I can use all of the other scraps up with. So until next time, keep stamping and crafting. Bye.